Hello, my name is Joseph Abuni Gama. I'm ready for the interview. Interestingly, I used to work, I had a job. So I was working for one of the projects here in Juba, attached to the Ministry of Health. So my job required that I would move around the country, providing support and training to county health departments. So when that project came to an end, I continued to get phone calls, and those phone calls kept on coming. So, and I responded to them by providing support to them. But then after a while, there were too many of them, so I decided to register business. When you do a business, you're able to send people to different locations rather than dealing and approaching some opportunities like this as an individual. So that was my inspiration. But personally, I've always had a passion for business. So the idea of taking the risks and seeing what comes out of it, providing solutions to people, and in return get paid for it. So the inspiration to start a business has always been there. Started a long time ago. Financial memory. What was my earliest financial memory? My best one was when I was in college. I used to do some few jobs. So whenever whenever a holiday came up, I would come to Juba. By then, I was providing small IT support in offices. So I would go to an office and provide them support. So I was making money even before I had finished college. So when I finished college, I already had a job waiting for me, of which becomes the job I had talked about earlier, where I was attached to the Ministry of Health, where I was providing support. So for me, I did not have a chance whereby I had to move around to present my CVs, simply because I started hustling for such opportunities way before I could graduate. Since before I went to college, I had a small shop, a mini dukan next to a church, just somewhere here in Jubanavare. And on Sundays, I used to set up my shop, and all my water and soda and whatever it is gets sold out. So I had my way of making some money by then. So it was quite a transition for me. Honestly speaking, I did not have a business idea. I just decided I'm going to provide services in this way, and this way, and this way. And I went on to register a company. I did a bit of digging around to know what a company is, what it takes. So I went and registered a company. So the business plan came afterwards. You know, sometimes we wait they're like, develop your business plan, then you start the business. I think you should just start the business, and then as you're moving on, put your business into order, into a proper business plan. Usually that is better if you're working for yourself. But if you are sourcing for finances from people, they will ask you to have a business plan, of which could be a different case. In the beginning, because of those phone calls were coming, the thought was, we're going to have a lot of money. Now that you've registered a business, you can deploy people in every direction, and you'll be able to address every business opportunity that comes up. But then that wasn't the case. So when you have a team now, new dynamics of running an entity comes in. You have to manage people, you have to look for money, you have to make sure you pay them salaries. I remember so many times, one of our biggest challenges in the earlier part of our business was money. Our business has lived through the journey from, we registered the entity called Dynamic Consult in 2013, November. And then you guys know what happened in December 2013 was a war. So I think we started our business in a rough patch. And then we continued, and then again 2016 happened, and then there was a devaluation of the SSP. So we have gone through all the journeys of the rough times. So, and when you go through those rough times, it makes you stronger, but before you become stronger, you go through some really tough times in business. I learned about, I studied business myself in college. I also studied IT. So the combination of those two was quite good for me. How did I learn about branding? For one, I got it from the college. I knew the principles of business management. And two, it was a ground that I could experiment some of these things. So one thing that I learned very early is Facebook advertising. It's something that some people wouldn't understand in the earlier part of South Sudan. I learned how Facebook advertising was, and I capitalized on it. Today, I attribute a big chunk of our pushing of our brand out there onto Facebook and social media platforms. So that has really pushed our name out there. It looks different in terms of we are known widely. When you mention Dynamic Consult today, a lot of people relate to it, and they always brand us as, are you the training people? Are you the QuickBooks people? Which is a good thing. It means they associate you with a particular service that you provide. So it's been quite a journey. We have grown in terms of people that we work with. In terms of services that we provide, we have increased that. We have a good team, unlike before, whereby one job was being done by so many people. So we have a vibrant team, we can say that. So I usually like to give my compliments in terms of the team that we have at Dynamic Consult. In simple terms, Dynamic Consult is when you have a problem, for us, we believe it can be solved through the use of ICT. So that guides our principle at Dynamic Consult, which is an ICT firm that was formed for the purpose of addressing certain developmental issues through the use of technology. So over the years, that transition has gone on to us providing website development, application development, training people. Training has become so important to us today because some of these technologies, you want to push them out there, but the people are not ready for it. You need to prepare the people to receive some of this technology. So training has become the basis for the core of our business today. So yeah, basically in simple words, Dynamic Consult is an information technology company and a training company, so all combined in one place. How do we build a successful or create friends? Sometimes we try to create customers, but some of these customers, sometimes what you do is, like if I go to someone and they want a service, don't sell them a service, sell them a solution. So a solution basically means if you're having a challenge, you might come to me and say, I need a website. But before even listening, before giving you a website, I would probably want to listen to your problem first. What is your issue that you have? You might come looking for a website, but at the end of the day, we might give you, it wouldn't be a website that you need at that particular time. So if I gave you a website, that is a product, but if I gave you a solution, you will feel very connected to us. I think it's something that is important that you can use to build a wider base of customers over time. So continue to be in touch with them. Some of our clients that are with us today, there's a gentleman actually before coming here, he's called Mr. Felix. He's one of our best customers. He's been with us from day one until today, and he continues to come to us. So that is something very important. If you're able to keep people, and quite many of them who are like Felix, and they trust that they come to us and we're able to provide them such a solution. Because of my busy schedule, I do read once in a while. I'm not a very, but my work sitting on my computer all the time requires that you have to read. Like yesterday, I was reading a 114-page document. It gives you a background of the work you're about to do and gives you an in-depth of what you're supposed to do. So my work by itself is research-based. So I spend a lot of time reading such things, which are related to the services. Unfortunately, it's not just all type of books, but something related to the services we do. But I do listen to audiobooks. Sometimes just when you sit back on your bed, if you do not have the energy to read, but you can spend 30 to 1 hour with your earphones on, and you're able to listen to audiobooks. The book that I continue to read every now and then is The Richest Man in Babylon. I think it teaches you the principle of money. You need to learn what money is, how to keep it. So I continue to read that book quite often. In a year, I probably 10 times. And also another interesting book that you should read is Think and Grow Rich. I think it's a book that many entrepreneurs talk about. I listen to the audio. It's there on YouTube if you want. 2 hours audio. It teaches you all the principles of how to make money. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of what do you call them? Those novels, and mine is always business. Yeah. Success, what is success? I think success is, in simple words, is what a man who wakes up in the morning every day and goes to hustle out there and work towards a journey of whatever it is that he has put in his mind is successful. So that is the simple principle of what success is. But today we have been confused, or rather blessed, by these material successes that we have in our environments, that we try to measure success by having money. I don't think that's it. Success is how you have identified something and you say, I'm going to achieve this in this particular time. And every day you wake up to make sure you're working towards that you have identified. I think that's a successful person. It's rough, very rough. I can tell you. We've been in the market for 10 years, and I have seen the brunt of it, of what it is. The days you don't have money and you have to pay people. When you are still young in business, you don't know how to deal with such things. You find yourself trying to hide from such a situation. But over the years, as we grew, as I've grown as an entrepreneur, as a manager, I've just come to realize if you have a problem in front of you, just fix it. You'll find that you relieve yourself of so much stress that you would have eaten you up so much. So in the beginning, yes, I find that you find an issue, you don't have money, go and tell the person you are supposed to give money to, look, I don't have money, but here is the way out. So the thing is, once you are saying you're approaching this thing like this, make sure you have the way out. You say, look, I've not been able to do it this way, but I am going to solve it in this way. It is something that people do not, young entrepreneurs struggle with. I struggle with. It's something that I would wish I had known earlier. So it's rough through that journey. Well, if it was just South Sudanese, I would group them as South Sudanese. A lot of them are waiting to be given jobs. I would wish there's a lot of opportunities in South Sudan, and this can be manifested by how many foreigners come here to South Sudan. So if you see foreigners coming here more, it means there's opportunities. So South Sudanese youth or young people need to step out of that shoe of waiting to be given a job. There are many, if you look around, people are eating chapatis, someone is building a house out of selling chapatis, someone is delivering water, someone is delivering charcoal. There's a lot of money there. So my earlier conversation was about success. What you can do is identify where you want to go. And before getting there, you have to do certain type of jobs. Those jobs you should be doing it every day in a way whereby at the end you'll be able to achieve your goals. So get out of your comfortable shoes, South Sudanese young people. I think the moment they wake up from that, they will be able to do that. But then again, it's not just them alone. They have to, some of them need to be provided with enablers. If you're not able to become a hustler out there, go to school and study something, specialize in certain areas, and then you become the best in that particular area. So study, hustle, choose whichever works for you, but don't just be sitting down and waiting for someone to give you money. Entrepreneurship is quite rewarding, especially in our country. They say every country goes through its journey, and if you see other countries, the people who in other nations today, they were there at that particular time, and that's why they have led to become successful. Like you guys are photographers, you will become the best movie makers and whatever it is. You will become the champions of that industry because you are there at that particular right time. So every entrepreneur, if you are there right now and you might be doubting yourself, just get in and slowly you will come to realize you will become the best of that. So it's also time. Timing is important. Those who were there at the beginning will be able to be the champions at that particular time. So as young people, please, entrepreneurship is not all about money. You can wake up today and start selling fruits and start selling, I know you need money to start buying that fruit. Like sugar costs maybe 3,000 in Konyo Konyo, and in custom it is 4,000. So go and buy from Konyo Konyo and sell in custom. There you're already filling a gap. So I admire the young people who move around selling plastic bags, selling shoes, selling buckets. Those are going to be the best entrepreneurs we're going to have in this country. You guys just watch them over time. Thank you. Thank you. What do I say? Thank you.